up and then cross that left hand, okay? Breathe when you get a chance, okay? Breathe when you know.
Ward able to land more punches in the opening round, according to CompuBox, 17 of 53 for 32%. Kolle 10 of 59 for 17%. Andre Ward, the 2004 U.S. Olympic gold medalist, getting a lot of support. He's co-promoted by Goose and Tudor Promotions and Square Ring, Roy Jones's company.
Good combination by Andre Ward. He got through with those punches. He's pretty accurate with his punches right now, which is important.
Lennox, are you impressed with how straight that right hand comes in from Ward? It seems to be thrown, not telegraphed, very accurately right down the middle.
Well, that's the best punch to throw in boxing, is a straight punch. It gets to the target a lot quicker. And Andre Ward shows that he's got great accuracy with that.
You saw Max's scorecard come in at the beginning of the second round. He gave the first round award 10-9. You're our unofficial judge, Max, on Boxing After Dark. What are you looking for in your scoring?
Fran, I gotta tell you, I couldn't resist. I mean, you have to ask yourself every round, who would you rather have been? That tells you who won the round. It's really simple. You know, of course, it's subjective. Sometimes a guy lands harder punches, another guy lands more of them. You have to ask yourself, who would you rather have been? That's the guy you think won the round. And so far, I think it's safe to say we all would rather be Andre Ward in these opening frames.
Yeah, Ward beating Kolle there to the punch, connecting with a straight right. A nice deft move there to get away from the corner.
Break, don't punch. Whoop.
Nice lead left that time by Andre Ward, and Lennox. Ward doing a nice job of not ignoring the body.
It looks to me that Andre Ward has definitely got a lot more amateur experience, a lot more experience when it comes to fighting compared to Kolle.
He's also, look, this is a good fighter in Kolle who's showed up prepared and is trying to win against a different class of athlete in Andre Ward. And it's pronounced.
Big left hand upstairs by Andre Ward. Ward pokes through with a straight right as well. Kolle trying to get something going at the end of the round, but Andre Ward looking very impressive in the early going.
I like that, Andre. Good work. You're really starting to work him to the inside, Papa. You're really starting to work him to the inside with that water bottle, baby. Where's that water bottle?
Water bottle.
Give me a water bottle.
Water bottle.
Good job. How you feeling? Good. Keep him in the middle, okay? That's where the damage is being done. You got him flinching from those punches? He already felt your power.
We're going to see Ward's left hook, very effective.
Keep using your speed. Keep taking him side to side. Keeping him one punch.
Throw a straight right hand, came across with that left hook.
2 rounds ahead, okay? So this is an 8-round fight, all right? You got to touch him hard, son. You got to touch him hard.
Seconds out, let's go.
This is the third of a scheduled 8-rounder for middleweights Andre Ward and Andy Kolle, and the first 8-rounder of Andre Ward's career. Lennox, typically you start out as a professional, you throw in a couple of 4-rounders. Andre Ward just wanted 1 before he moved up to 6-rounders. Talk to me about the differences between 4 rounds, 6 rounds, and then as you make the progression to 8 and then 10 and eventually 12.
Well, once you can do 3 rounds, which you do in amateurs, the 4 rounds comes easy. So you want to get away from that 4 rounds as quick as possible.
firing 4 left hooks in a row, and then he comes back with a great right hand in the midsection.
Plus, in a 6th rounder, you get more money. So I can understand the reason he wanted to move up.
Chopping shot to the body.
Ward, it must be said, is not fighting like someone who's worried about his chin. He's fighting like a guy who's willing to mix it up and take some chances.
Kolle's throwing some good punches, but they're not effective. He's not hitting and Andre Ward, and you need to hit him. You need to really get him hurt and get him word in this fight.
Well, there's an obvious difference between the power that we see so far between Andre Ward and Andy Kolle. Ward throwing the harder punches.
Break! Nice.
Keep in mind, when Ward won his gold medal the 2004 Olympic Games, he fought at light heavyweight, 178 pounds officially. He said, though, soaking wet, he was about $172. So he said he feels more comfortable, more natural at 160 pounds. Solid 1-2, and Ward solid 1-2, and Ward backs it up with another one.
I'll tell you what, so far Kolle hasn't lied about his chin. He has a good one.
Stop.
He's taken some very, very tough shots.
Don't palm. Break. Don't punch. Step back. Break over his head.
Lead left from Andre Ward, busting through the guard of Andy Kolle, and Ward rattles off 5 shots to the dome. Kolle just outmatched by the quickness of Andre Ward.
Andre Ward showing some great athleticism. You can tell who's the athlete here.
He's also, unlike a lot of fighters we've seen in the recent past who were great athletes, he also has good fundamental skill, doesn't he, champ?
Still to come in the main event, Acelino Freitas. The last time he was here in Foxwoods Resort Casino, he suffered his lone defeat to Diego Corrales, looking for a little redemption tonight against 29-year-old Philadelphian Zahir Raheem. That's coming up in our main event.
Time he touches you like that, you fire back and let him know you're ready for it, okay? That's 3 rounds. That's 3 rounds, okay? You're down, baby. You're down. You got to start giving. Now we got 5 more to get it done, okay? And we got to get it done big. Breathe for me. Start marching them down and throwing them shots. Just don't walk at them like a target, son.
Andre Ward getting the best of Andy Kolle in the power punching division, 22 of 46, landing nearly 50%. Coley's just 7 of 28 in round 3. Kolle said the best thing about his style is that he always keeps his composure. He's in the middle of a hot one right now.
Stop.
Ward is not only the better athlete, as I said, he's significantly more skilled, and his skill is on display. He's also already shed that amateur style. You know, it's difficult oftentimes in the first dozen or so fights of a top amateur's career to really fight like a professional.
Big uppercut that time from Andre Ward. Snaps back the head of Andy Kolle. Lennox, I like the way he stays on balance as well.
He's got good balance. Some of the times he throws combination, he falls in on himself and smothers his punches. But you know, these are things that he's going to overcome as he boxes more and more.
That did look a bit amateurish.
Break! Don't put that hand on the back of his head.
Max, you mentioned you think he's doing a pretty good job of breaking that amateur style. His trainer Virgil Hunter says he always tried to train him in the pro style.
He did fight maturely as an amateur, and even in winning the Olympic gold medal, had to overcome a lot. Had to beat the defending two-time champ in the first round. Landed 2 punches in the next round to win it right before the bell. Good exchange.
Good left hook by Andrew Woods.
And then lunges in with a straight right. And a chopping left hook.
Andre, don't hit and roll.
Kolle definitely showing his toughness in this fight. He just gets a licking and keep on ticking. He's coming right back at you.
Kolle told us in the fighter meetings, when asked, what would he do if nothing they trained for was working? And he said he's going to do whatever it takes. Give him the bum's rush if that's what's necessary. It's almost at that point where he might want to try that.
That attack might play right into Andre Ward's hands, though. With more hand speed, might be able to lay back and counter pretty well.
Yeah, into Andre Ward's hands, all 8 of them. He must feel like he's fighting 4 guys in there, Kolle.
The power punches just keep on coming from Andre Ward, definitely loosening up as we come to the end of the 5th round. Tuesday, May 2nd, it's the season premiere of Costas Now. Tune in as Bob hosts a special baseball edition with the entire show devoted to examining Major League Baseball's steroid controversy.
Let your hands go. When you hit him with that right hook, you knocked his head off. Hit him with again, okay? Get your shots. If he's moving his head like this, hit his chest. Get him back on his heels, but you're not going to do anything unless you let your hands go. Okay, you got to let him go. All right?
Okay, doing great. Ain't a bruise on you, baby.
Breathing deep, baby.
Give me one more.
Hook is looking beautiful too, huh?
Okay, now when you throw that hook, make sure your technique is right, okay? Good job, good job. Take me some deep breaths. Keep working it, keep working it.